1. The Minister of External Affairs of the Republic of India, Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federative Republic of Brazil, HE Ambassador Mauro Vieira, and the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation of the Republic of South Africa, HE Mr. Ronald Lamola, held a meeting on the sidelines of the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly on September 26, 2024, in New York. 2. The most quoted part of the joint statement was condemnation of Pakistan-based terrorist groups. The official statement stated, the responsibility of all states to prevent and counter terrorism, including the cross-border movement of terrorists, the financing of terrorist networks and terrorist actions from their territories. 3. The ministers called for concerted actions against all UN-listed terrorists and terrorist entities including Al-Qaeda, ISIS-Daesh, Lashkar-e-Tayyiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, other proxy groups and their facilitators. The ministers reiterated their resolve to step up joint efforts for the expeditious adoption of the Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism in the UNGA. 4. They reaffirmed that the fight against terrorism must be carried out with full respect for international law, in particular the Charter of the United Nations and international human rights law. 5. They called upon the international community to establish a genuinely broad international counterterrorism framework in accordance with the principles of international law and support the United Nations' central coordinating role in international counterterrorism cooperation. 6. They concurred that terrorism is a global scourge that must be fought and that terrorist safe havens eliminated in every part of the world. 7. The ministers condemned terrorism in all its forms and manifestations wherever committed and by whomsoever. 8. The ministers looked forward to further deepening counterterrorism cooperation and reaffirmed the sole authority of the UN Security Council for imposing sanctions. 9. They called for urgent reform of the working methods of UN Security Council sanctions committees to ensure their effectiveness, responsiveness and transparency while avoiding politicization and double standards of any of their proceedings, including listing proposals objectively on evidence-based criteria. 10. The ministers also raised some important issues concerning contemporary international relations. The ministers renewed their commitment to work for the expansion of Security Council membership to include representation from developing countries of Africa, Asia and Latin America, in both the permanent and non-permanent membership categories. Enjoying our content? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.